What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. Hey, hello. My name is Angela and I make videos about law school, lawyer life, and all things in between. So, some of you guys might have just stumbled up on this video because the algorithm brought you here. But for most of you guys, I know why you're here, okay? I dropped a bomb on you guys a couple weeks ago and told you guys that I quit big law. And for many of you, you guys were shocked because I have always been a proponent of the path that I chose. I've always spoke very positively, you know, while sharing the real. I've always spoke how the path that I chose, I didn't regret it, how I thought it was really good for me personally and the things that I wanted in life. And so I know a lot of you guys were shocked, but yes, it's true, it's real, and now we're going to talk about why I left big law. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys some of the main reasons why I personally chose to leave big law and private practice as a whole. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys were shocked because I began my career in a bigger market, but I lateraled to a smaller market. So I'm in the Midwest. So I just think big law in the Midwest is a little bit different than your New York type of big law. The expectations are a little bit different. Yes, we work crazy hours. Yes, it's demanding, but I do think that like it's a little different. So I think that is one of the things that kind of helped me be able to stay so long and really be pretty, you know, happy for the most part in my career. But with all that being said, your girl still quit. So let's talk about why. So one main reason why I went ahead and left private practice, left big law, is I made the decision that I did not want to pursue partner track. So I had just begun my 7th year of private practice. And so, you know, just a couple months into my 7th year practicing in big law, and around your 8th year is when you kind of are up for partner, or at least at my firm, around your 8th year is when you start getting considered for partner. People typically make partner the 8th or 9th years. And so it was time for me to make the decision, or at least I thought it was time for me to make the decision of whether that's something that I really wanted to do. And I've had a lot of you guys ask me, like, you know, over the years, because I've been doing this for a few years, like, did I want to be partner? And I always kind of said, I really don't know. And I really, really didn't. Like, a part of me wanted to because of it's such a great accomplishment. And like I said, I kind of felt like, you know, I liked my firm. I liked I loved the work that I did. I loved M&A work. Even with the like kind of negatives about it, I really, really loved deal work. I liked being a transactional deal M&A lawyer. And so I was kind of like torn in between whether I wanted to pursue partner track or not. But I do think that the partner track did not align with me and what I wanted my life to look like long term. I just didn't think that's what I wanted for my entire career. And, you know, as a partner, not only are you dealing with the demands of the job of what I was already doing, the deals, the drafting, the clients, there's a whole level of other responsibilities and duties and pressure that's added to that. And that's, you know, running a business, billing, getting clients, networking, you know, all these things that like you have to elevate as a partner. And so those things actually didn't sound that bad to me. But the way that work-life balance works in the law firm, it just didn't align with like my long-term goals. So that was a big reason is I just decided that partner track is what I didn't want to pursue. And so with that, my year, 6th and 7th year, if you're not going to pursue partner track, those are the years that you want to start looking for other opportunities, because you don't want to get yourself, you know, too up there where you kind of like price yourself out of the market. And then you also don't want to leave too early, because I think I left at a great time, or maybe a year too late. Maybe I should have left last year, but I feel extremely confident in my abilities. I feel that I can adapt really well. I feel like I've learned so much and gained so much experience from my time at the law firm that going out into the world and looking for another opportunity or deciding what I want to do was not very daunting to me. Okay, so the next reason is I wanted to be more involved in the day-to-day business of my clients. So as I mentioned a million times before, I was a mergers and acquisitions lawyer, and with that, I would help companies buy and sell businesses. And a lot of times I'd be representing the seller of the business. So when the owners of that business sell their business, I mean, that's typically no longer your client anymore because they their business is gone. And so that client connection doesn't always last. Yeah, a lot of those people go on and do other things and you get back in touch with them or they refer you, but it's still not like this ongoing client relationship all the time, particularly when you're working on sales side. Also, as a deal lawyer, you are structuring the deal for them. You're not in the weeds with their day-to-day business matters. And I wanted to do that. One of my favorite things about being an M&A lawyer is dealing with clients and talking to clients and learning their business and getting close with them. And so I found myself always wondering, like, man, what happens after the deal closes? And so I knew that, you know, as an M&A lawyer, there's only so much into the weeds that you're going to get. Now, a good lawyer is going to learn their client's business, but again, you're not in the day-to-day operations of the business. And I have always, for a while now, have desired to just get in the weeds a little bit more with my clients. So I'll briefly talk about what I'm doing now, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be able to be on the business side a lot more in what I'm doing now. Next reason is work-life balance. You guys, I've talked about it. I've been very transparent about how things work in private practice, particularly at a big law firm, and particularly as an M&A lawyer. You are always on call. And that doesn't mean that every month is miserable. It really doesn't. It's ups and downs, highs and lows, but it's the unpredictability that really makes it hard. I've talked about this before, but you just never know when things are going to come up. There's always a rush. Client service is the priority, and so you just have to do it. And it just makes it really hard because it could be demanding at times and very unpredictable. I've talked about it before where, you know, you could be having a good normal 40-hour work week, and then on Friday at 3 p.m. you get a rush, and then you're working all weekend. And then there's the stress of when you're not busy because you know you have a billable hour requirement. You know, I've been there where I've talked about that in vlogs where, you know, I just felt like I wasn't adequate because I wasn't billing at the capacity that I needed to bill, and not because I wasn't looking for work, but the work just wasn't there. But then the next month, crazy, I have no time to do anything but working all weekend. And that kind of high and low was okay for me when I was a young grad fresh out of law school with no dependents and nobody to worry about but myself. But where I am in life and where I'm going, family is my priority. And I want to be able to be present. I want to be able to plan trips and vacations and things like that and know that I'm going to be able to be fully present. And so just long-term, just looking long-term, thinking, do I want to be, you know, 20 years from now as a partner and still living this life? Like, I just thought about it and it no longer aligns with my long-term goals and what I want my life to look like. I just can think of so many times where either I was stressing because I didn't have enough to do, or I was stressing because I had too much to do. And luckily I worked with great people and people were very nice, but you still had to get the work done. I've never taken more than a week off of work. And a part of that could be me, like not setting the right boundaries, but also you're expected to be available. Even on the vacations that I've taken, I've worked on vacation. And I didn't want to do that anymore. The next and final reason why I left big law is I felt content with what I gotten out of it. So I've talked a lot about how big law can be strategic. And I've said in so many words, maybe not so directly, but going into big law can open up a lot of opportunities for you. It looks really good on your resume, and people feel really confident about your abilities when they know that you've worked in big law. And so I knew that going into big law. I didn't necessarily have like a strategy. Like some people, like, I'm gonna work there 3 years, then leave. I'm gonna work for X amount of years, pay off my student loans and leave. I didn't have, you know, a specific strategy, but I knew that going in, this was going to be a good decision regardless whether I stayed, left early, left late. I knew it was going to be a resume booster, and I knew it was going to open up opportunities for me should I leave private practice. And it has. Not only is it just like a resume booster and it looks good, but I feel content and I feel very confident about the things that I learned while I was there. I think that I got exposure and access to so many great lawyers and great legal work. And so I feel very confident going into the workforce and the marketplace, advocating for myself and finding a position that more aligns with what I want my life to look like outside of work. As most lawyers, we all want to do good work. We all want to be successful. We all want to enjoy what we're doing. So for me, I knew that if I was going to leave something that I love, M&A work, I love M&A work. I just maybe didn't like the demand of the M&A work, but the contents, the actual deals, I loved doing that. If I was going to leave, it was going to have to be for something that would be fulfilling to me, where I would continue to grow, where I would continue to be compensated well for the work that I do, but also that just allows me to have the lifestyle that I want, which is prioritizing my family, being able to go on vacations and, you know, not think about work the whole time, and just be able to have my nights and weekends back and those types of things. Yeah, so I kind of felt like I got so much from my experience that I was ready to kind of move on to something else and spread my wings and kind of find more of my like long-term, I don't want to say forever because I'm a millennial, but my more long-term forever career path, if that makes sense. So that's really it. You know, there's no real juicy tea, you guys. I didn't have a big blow up. I didn't storm out. You know, I left on good terms. Yeah, that's really it. It really just boiled down to wanting to explore different opportunities, feeling confident that I have the ability to do so, and lifestyle. So yeah, guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope that answered your questions. I hope it gave you some insight. For you guys who are interested in big law or think you might be interested in big law, drop your questions down below, because my next video, I think we're gonna do a big law Q&A. So all of your questions about big law, whatever you want to know, drop them down in the comments. I'm also gonna put like a poll or something like that on my community tab and on Instagram, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at _theaspiringboss. But yeah, don't worry, the content is still going to be there. The experience is going to be with me forever, and I have so much insight and so much guidance to offer, so don't worry about that. If that's your interest, you can still follow me, ask me questions. And now on to something new. So on that note, before I go, I am still a practicing attorney. I know some of you guys were in my DMs like, wait, are you still going to be a lawyer? Questions like that. I am still a lawyer. I am just not in private practice anymore. I am not with big law anymore. I am with in-house counsel. If you on TikTok, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I am in-house counsel for a corporation, still practicing transactional law, still a business lawyer. However, I am not going to be doing M&A work anymore, so I will miss that, but I'm still kind of in the transactional business space, and so that's great. Y'all know I'm team transactional all the way. And so I'm excited to take you on my journey of like in-house lawyer, my insight. I'm still very, very new, so I don't have much insight to offer, but I will say, you guys, this no billable hour thing is so nice, because y'all know it's been a struggle all 7 years to track my time every day and input my time on time. It's my New Year's resolution every year, and guess what? It was not on the list this year because you don't track your time. So I can already tell you that that's been very nice, and it's definitely on the pros list. So I am super excited to share my journey with you guys. So stay tuned and join me for the ride, and comment down below any videos you want to see. I plan to bring you guys tons of content this year about law school, lawyer life. All your questions, drop them down below. If you haven't joined our community on Facebook yet, we have a group called The Aspiring Lawyers, where we're just here to support each other through our legal journey. I will leave a link to join the group in the description box below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.